So we are agile company and we are flexible, so that's why there is last minute twist. Just before I just wanted to say a few words about our deep partnership with Databricks and SAP, and the reason why they are here. Firstly, thank you so much for being here. Sure. One thing I just wanted to highlight that if you really see the audience, I would say that almost 70% of the audience must be working on some or the other way Databricks technology. So Databricks as a partnership has been deeply rooted in our culture right from our inception. And over a period of time, this has grown leaps and bounds, right? We continue to innovate, we continue to invest in joint capability, joint solution, and create a lot of business impact. And with SAP Business Data Cloud launching and with our partnership with SAP, Databricks, and Tredence coming together, we are seeing even more business impact we can create for a joint customer. So again, just before we start the panel, I just wanted to show you a small clip which talks about our deep partnership, and then afterwards we'll get started. Okay? Sure. So can we have the AV, please?
Leading enterprises are modernizing data and developing advanced AI and ML capabilities with Tredence and Databricks. With our proven approach, Databricks platform, and Brick Builder accelerators, industry companies solve last-mile AI challenges and speed time to value by 50%. See what others have achieved with us and what you can too. Unlock process improvements more easily. A global retailer harnesses its modern data platform, data model, and advanced AI or ML use cases to improve its supply chain and CX processes. Don't forget next-gen capabilities. An in-house demand forecasting engine enables a regional grocery retailer to generate $220 million in new revenues. Enhanced data quality, reporting, and decision-making. A global CPG company optimizes its centralized data model with 100+ KPIs, driving deeper insights and improved governance with Unity Catalog. Eliminate data silos, predict failures, track batches, and compare site performance. A leading US pharma giant used a supply chain and manufacturing control tower to boost quality and uptime with advanced analytics. Overcome quality issues that harm production processes and the CX. A chemical manufacturing leader uses analytics and AI to improve product quality, equipment uptime, and raw material utilization. Seeking to outmaneuver competitors? A private equity firm uses its new AI-enabled document summarization tool to identify investment opportunities faster. Count on Tredence and Databricks to help you develop scalable data processes, create real-time insights, and innovate with AI. Download the Tredence Databricks case study compendium for more details.
Okay, awesome. Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, how many people have seen this book? Like 10%? I think all of you should get a hand on this book. When I looked at this, I was super impressed by the kind of work you have done. We talk about technology so often, we talk about our products. When I see that coming to life in reality with the specific use cases, I'm super impressed. Yesterday we had some time and we were going around the booths and the innovation center. We looked at the solutions that you created, whether it's at retail, whether it's the robot that you have. Very, very impressive. And on top of it, the icing on the cake was it was all done on Databricks. So thank you, Tredence, great job. Before I jump into my presentation, I just wanted to know how many people have heard about Databricks? Okay, most of you. How many people are certified on Databricks? That's 40%. Awesome. What I wanted to do today was to do a couple of things. One is to give you a sense in terms of where we have come and where we are going, and continue that with a couple of exciting announcements. The big announcement is around the SAP, and the second big announcement that I want to do as part of my presentation is what we are doing from the next step onwards around Mosaic AI and LLM. With that said, let me get started. Okay, so for people who have never heard about Databricks or never seen it, Databricks has been the inventor for concepts like Spark, Delta Lake, Unity Catalog, and others. What we did is, after inventing that, we actually took that and open sourced that. The products that we have created actually is helping more than 12,000 customers across the globe. Now, if you look at what are we doing, we are actually helping customers across industries, whether it is manufacturing, whether it's FSI, retail, early startups, and the likes. So if you see a list, you will see a lot of marquee names, whether it's JP Morgan, Apple or others, all of them use Databricks under the hood. Or if you come to India, anything that you say, take, for example, Meesho, Myntra, Zepto, you take many of these large digital natives, Swiggy, all of them use Databricks under the hood. And finally, since it's an IPL season, if you are using Dream11, it is running with our ML. So do well, all the best. Now, every company wants to be data and AI company. We have heard this tagline more often than not. What does it really mean? Companies have seen that organizations like Google, Uber, Netflix have been able to disrupt their industry using data and AI. And organizations feel that AI will be the big differentiator with respect to their competitors going forward. Hence, everybody wants to be an AI company. To do that, our goal is to democratize both data and AI. What does that mean? It means we want to simplify the entire process of creation, of ingestion to transformation to consumption, both on the data side as well as the AI side. The second one we want to do is to make it more practicable and easy to consume, so that it's just not easy from a back-end perspective, but it's easy on the consumer's perspective as well. That's our mission, and you would see a lot of my discussions in and around this particular topic. So what do customers ask us? They all say, hey, this is all good. I have 3 questions that customers always tell me. The first one is, hey, data engineering is tough. Getting data from multiple sources, it's not easy. We have reconciliation challenges, we have data quality challenges, we have connectivity challenges, right? We have challenges in transformation, both in terms of cost, speed, and scale. And then the third important thing that people talk to me is, after transformation, how do I know that I can trust the data? So governance and trust is one of the big discussion points we have every time we have a discussion with our customers. And finally, when we talk about democratizing AI, it is not about some developer creating an AI, but about business users have the ability to use the models in place to really create a use case to help their organization. And that's exactly where you guys come in picture, where you can create industry-specific use cases that can quickly be adopted by your customers and derive value out of the AI solutions. Now, from a Databricks perspective, it's fairly simple. We have one place where you store all your data. Whether it's structured, semi-structured, unstructured, doesn't matter. You store all the data at one place, which means it is single source of truth for you. 2, we put a governance layer on top of it to ensure that you are able to discover, you are able to do cataloging, you are able to actually address your security requirements. And finally, you have applications, whether it is AI applications, whether it is data warehousing, or whether it is BI applications, have the ability to consume data without actually losing out on the security of it. Okay? So that's our broad product. Now, what does it mean? The largest time that we have discussed over the last few years has been on the data formats. Hey, is iceberg better? Is delta better? Okay, we always came from a thought process saying delta is better, somebody saying iceberg is better, somebody hoodie is better, and this discussion has been happening for a few years. But if you really look at under the hood, all of them store data in Parquet format. And just the metadata layer is iceberg or delta, right? What we are doing here is we are working towards ensuring that the difference of iceberg and delta functionalities is almost zero. Over the years, when people have started to develop, the functionalities have been very close to each other about how they work with data. What we are doing is we are working with the iceberg team, which we have acquired, called Tabular, and creating a uniform experience for all the organization. What does that mean? It means irrespective of the data format, you can actually read and write the data. Now, the second important thing that we are doing as we go forward is something called a lake flow. Lake flow is about simplifying and making the entire process metadata driven. That basically means an ability to scale, ability to consume quickly, and ability to share things. So for example, with Lakeflow Connect, we are creating a new way of ingesting data. You need to just tell us where the data is. For example, it is in SAP, whether it's in Oracle, whether it's in Postgres or anything. We will do rest of the things around connecting, about getting the data in, ensuring that reconciliation happens, behind the scene creating the cluster, all this seamless experience. And as data engineers, you actually spend time making sense of the data, writing new innovation on data rather than figuring out how to get data in the first place. So that's the big innovation we are doing. We are continuing that with workflow as well as the jobs pipeline. And all this on the serverless so that a lot of these operational overhead that we have, the customers and our partners have, will come down as we go forward. Now, if you look at Unity Catalog, how many people have seen Unity Catalog or know about it? That's like 50–60%, so it's good. So we do everything not only on structured data, but also on unstructured data, plus your notebooks and everything. Why is this important? Because as you start doing a lot of these LLMs and AI, you don't just work with structured data, you work with a lot of unstructured data as well. Hence, your ability to manage and govern all of these artifacts are super important. And as I said, you get three things out of it. One, you get trust on the data. Second, there's a single place you manage your entire permissions. And third, you have what I called auditability or insights into what's happening on the data. In our language, we call it observability. In a customer's language, it can be an auditability of it. But we said, this is fine. What else can we do with Unity Catalog? So we did two things. First, we actually open sourced Unity Catalog, one. Second, we opened up our APIs so that irrespective of which applications you use, whether you use Trino, whether you use Snowflake, or any of the applications which are on the corner, they can still use the ability of Unity Catalog and get governance on their data. We also said, why don't we create federation on newer products around the databases, whether it's Teradata, whether it's MySQL or Oracle, to ensure that you don't have to move data in order to create governance on it. So that's the new move that we are moving, and you would see us adding more and more of these tools and engines to this entire ecosystem. So as a partner, your ability to create a solution that spans across multiple products is a big differentiator when compared to any other in the marketplace. Now, coming to the ML part of it and LLM, everybody thinks I will actually use OpenAI. Somebody comes and tells me, Rajesh, Gemini 2.5 is really great. Everybody wants to do it. And I always tell that, hey, it's great, but for how long? What most customers need is not general knowledge. They need data intelligence. They don't need to know how do I actually become younger from now. Okay, that is there as part of your OpenAI or Perplexity. You go, there are so many models which will tell me what you should do to become young or how to actually whiten your teeth in 30 seconds. All those are great, but that's not effective for us. We need LLM that can understand our data and have context to it. And that's exactly what we have done in our entire LLM cycle. We give you an ability to create agents Okay, when I say agents, it is not chatbot. You give an agent can do different things. It can be as simple as getting data from somewhere, running a function, maybe actually doing a vector search, or different aspects of it. We created an agent. And as I'm talking about agent, I was just trying to, as I was coming into the stage, I looked at all the people who were managing this stage. All of them have agents in their batch, so if you ever see that. And they are actually working like an agentic AI. There is no structured process, and one doesn't give me to the other. Anybody can pick me up and gets me to the stage. So it's a very dynamic process. So concepts around, hey, where you chain of thoughts, reasoning, all these are embedded within the product and you don't have it. Creating experimentation is very easy. Almost 90% of the organizations are experimenting. I'm sure you are experimenting a lot. But taking that to production is a big challenge. And that's where we do two things well. One, we actually create what we call governing agents or what we call guardrails. You could put a lot of guardrails into it to ensure that PII data doesn't go. It goes through a certain process before it is extended to the larger audience. The second thing we did is we give you an observability. When I say observability, it's just not telling what the outcome is. An ability to drill down into the outcomes and get into the nth detail. Effectively meaning explainability of AI to ensure that you are not only creating the right agents, but also seeing that the agents are being used correctly. And if things are going incorrect, you can change that and create inferencing out of it. Just to add to it, it's just not LLM. We actually do the ML ops as well. We have been doing that for a long time. Both of them in a single plane of glass. Finally, AI BI. If people have not seen it, it is our way of dashboarding or analysis of data. Using just English-like queries, you could actually create dashboards. And on top of dashboards, many a times there'll be questions. What is this data? I want more information on that. That's where we plugged in what we call Genie. It is like our agentic AI, which can actually get into the details of that data and give you the information. So if you want to think about how do you want to put it for your customers, you could create an agentic application. One of the agent can be a Genie application. You could use the Genie API to call the data, get information from structured tables, use that as part of your agentic application. And finally, three things. One is that it's a platform that unifies AI data in one place. Second, the Mosaic AI enables you to not only create agents, but also ensures that you are able to deploy that and monitor it effectively. And finally, the Unity catalog that I talked about gives you security and access control not only on your structured data, but also on unstructured data. With that said, one of the things that I wanted to talk and very, very passionate about is the announcement of SAP and Databricks together. To talk about more, I would like to call Srini to the stage. Srini, welcome.
Thank you. I think.